guys, Ashlane here. Today I'm coming at you with a little bit of strategy on how to beat my own base. The base I've been using with a lot of success, I gotta be honest, the last few clan wars as well as trophy pushing up in Titan League. Now, here's the base you can see, take a look at it. It's a base I brought you guys maybe a few weeks ago. You can see most of the attacks that are successful are either by a pretty narrow margin percentage-wise, but after I show you a couple successful attacks against this base, showing defenses, I'm going to go ahead and show how I actually prefer to attack this base myself in a replay I used against a base that was very, very similar, not identical, but same idea. So anyway, this first attacker is going to go ahead and lure the clan castle out. You can see I've been using 5 balloons and 5 minions lately in clan wars. Seems to be having a lot of success as I have not had an air attack on me since the second air sweeper has been added to the base. So you can see here, one little weak spot on this base is that air sweeper up north. Probably should have changed that if I kept this base, but I've actually found a new base that I like just slightly better now, so I'm actually going to be using that one. I'll bring that one to you pretty soon, but I just wanted to show you some success. Now that I'm moved on from this base, I think it's a safe time to show you some successful attacks against it. Now, most of the attacks that win against this base actually involve a nice little spread on the golems, but you can see there is a sweet spot entering right into the center of the base, luring or funneling the troops right into the center of the base, I should say. As you can see, once the golems get to the center in these resource ring bases, even if the king goes off track like you can see here, even the queen's going off track, but they'll eventually come to the center. The queen, at least 9 times out of 10, gets drawn back to that town hall. You can see right now she's kind of going after that DE drill, but slowly but surely she goes back to the center. There's plenty of firepower in the center with those golems still alive there. So finally she's going to lock onto that town hall. Time to pop that archer ability, and it's going to be a quite convincing 60% victory. The next one I'm going to show you just after this one ends in a quick second. Here we go. 62%, very nice victory there, is actually just a replay from up in Titan 2. You can see this attacker is going to come with a little bit of a wider spread. Now, this is how I noticed that a lot of people attack me going into both of the Inferno towers. It seems a little unconventional, but this is actually where I see a lot of the successful attacks against my base, using a nice spread on the golems there. Now, you can see I have actually a golem in my clan castle. That's because everybody's been carrying poison, so I'm alternating between golems and lava hounds, just trying them out, play testing. So lava hound seems to be a little bit better, so I've kind of put the whole golem, the clan castle idea to rest, but it's nice once in a while, just as a surprise for an attacker who's not used to dealing with them, as they do create a nice little explosion when they die, and they actually can kill some witches if it's a big witch attack, or some wizards if they're in proximity. Now you can see here he's using a couple P.E.K.K.A.s. They're going to go ahead and get to the center there along with one of the golems. Pretty nice jump spell there, and the spread of the golems was such that it created a nice lane for at least one to hop in the middle there, and once he has the king and a couple P.E.K.K.A.s in the middle eating up that rage spell, it's really going to be no contest. It's going to be a relatively easy 2-star attack. So just some ideas how to hit this base. You can see on this base, on this variation up in the north there, just in the top of your screen, you can see I've actually moved that air sweeper one little notch up, trying to prevent that double jump spell. Now you can see this is me attacking a base that's very similar. The only difference being is that there's actually cannons in the outer little areas, and also there's not archer towers in the middle like there is on my base, but you can still get the feel for the base being a resource ring base. Now this is an idea that I've been using when I tackle any resource ring bases, so I hope this will help you guys when using these, when going up against these bases. You'll note that all I have is wall breakers here. I have no jump, I have no earthquake. Now this, like I said, is my my go-to composition of spells. It allows me to carry 1 poison, 2 rage, and 3 freeze spells. You can see I already knew there was a hound in the clan castle because this is a cleanup attack. So I am going to go ahead and lure the hound way over to the top of the screen. I just don't want to have to deal with the hound at the same time dealing with all the heavy defensive units in the center of the base there. You can see my golems are kind of spread out. I have 4 golems, and then I'm going to spread out a bunch of wall breakers, try to crack open a hole there in the, the 9 o'clock portion of the base. Then I'm going to start dropping all my heavy guns to get the heroes. I have 2, 2, 3 in the clan castle. We're going to funnel them all towards the center of the base. You can see the puppies are all out now. The hound is down, and look at me. Like a total noob, I forget to drop my poison spell, so it's just going to be a matter of time before the wizards take care of those puppies. Kind of lucky that the queen didn't get too distracted with those puppies there. But besides that, the attack is exactly how I usually want it to go. The queen is going to be the clan castle killer there. I'm going to use those 3 freeze spells protecting the queen. And I'm not even going to worry about jump spells, getting units to the center. Instead, the golem and the king and all the other troops, their job is just going to be to go around and get a lot of percentage on the base. And then that queen's job is going to be to get the town hall down. And although some people say that, oh, well, what happens if the queen gets distracted? Well, I just noticed that more often than not, I've used this attack against resource bases now quite a bit, and more often than not, she always goes for that town hall, especially if she's deployed in the right order of the troops. If you want to go ahead and rewind, check that out. It works really successfully, guys. So go ahead and try out the base if you want, or if you run into the base, go ahead and try to use one of those tactics when beating it, guys. And thanks for all your video Q&A submissions, or your audio, I should say. Please keep them coming. I have about a dozen now. I'd like some more. So take care, guys.